2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day 5 of the Overwatch Bot League Season 2. Today, we are going to be doing the last of the Stage 1 matches, ending in the Korean region. Take a look at our bracket here. The last match is going to be Salty Ramen versus Inner Fire. We've had quite a lot of interesting matches so far. We implemented some new ult code a couple of days ago, and that has definitely improved it, I think. Team Iris versus War God was very interesting. Yeah, we're going to be hopping right into our first map, which is going to be Ilios. This was picked by Salty Ramen. Yeah, any thoughts, Vegas? I believe it is Salty Ramen has Mitoki, who is one of the DPS on, is it Starbright, I think? A minor league team.
I gotta say, this is
Ready for battle.
Pretty good comps. I mean,
yeah, we can work with these comps.
these
These
bit
things
better
kind
than
of make
the
sense.
yeah, a bit better than like the Sigma Instalocks we've seen. But yeah, we got Orisa Ram on Salty Ramen and Winston Ram on Inner Fire. Ilios classic for Asian teams.
3, 2, 1. Round 1.
Here we go.
Capture the objective.
Yeah, not a lot is known about these teams. Again, last time we had Iris, so we at least knew what to expect from them. But both of these, seated lower than Iris and War God, so not going to be at the same level, I would imagine. And both teams approaching the point. Looks like because of the Lucio, Inner Fire's going to get there
Pinocchio
first.
taking lead.
And already Tiger blinks off the map. Not a great start for them.
Still. Looking decently decisive regardless. However, tanks are still in. Yep,
Yeah.
cleaning up there.
Going the way of Inner Fire, being able to set up first and sleeping Pinocchio right off the bat was huge. And I mean, you lost your Tracer pretty quickly as well, so it was a 5v6. Yeah, only one loss for Inner Fire. Lucio gonna get back pretty quickly. There we go. And looks like they're gonna go up mid this time. Salty Ramen. We have ooh, Pinocchio gets slept again. Forces the Nemesis form early. Looks like Tiger's gonna go in here. But Honeydew already gets NX Pulse. Mitoki evening it up a bit.
Is getting in damage at the least on Symphony. He's down low. Symphony has to back off here. Rotating over to the health pack. Pops shield. Surely a misclick.
Yeah, it looks like Inner Fire. I mean, they're taking some trades now, but it's really just on the supports. Surprisingly, you think the Winston wouldn't last as long as the Orisa, but I think the Sojourn Genji is going to be a bit more reliable when you're holding the point than the Tracer is.
Yeah. Additionally, with Bubble, basically the only one able to directly attack him is Pinocchio, who is so frequently focused down regardless. We could see Honeydew go down though. Pinocchio does not have cooldowns to work with here. Very low. There we go.
Yeah. Boy, last one on the point, and then that might be final fight. We'll see if Salty Ramen can get back for a touch. So far, just been an absolute stomp for Inner Fire.
Coming down 10 seconds, it's not looking good.
Yeah, without any mobility, you don't have that Lucio. It looks like Inner Fire is going to take the first map pretty decisively. Again, like, slowly...
And regardless. Beautiful.
Yeah, they, like, slowly started to get more kills as the map went on, but unfortunately it's just not enough. They didn't get a full clear, so no ults came into play there either, which is a bit surprising.
It was fast.
Yeah. Sleeps have been good. Yeah, sleeps have been very good. There's a spotlight here on Honeydew.
Among other things.
Then, I believe it was Honeydew. I think Honeydew also played on a minor league team.
Yeah, I do believe so. It felt familiar.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you have a minor league player on each team, so that's some more experience that they're bringing. Lucio gonna speed Inner Fire onto the point first, it looks like. Gonna take a bit of a long way around. Just to make sure the health pack is still there.
Just in case.
And Pinocchio is just
Pinocchio
instantly...
annihilated.
Yeah, not much you can do there. Mitoki does even it up a bit. But now, without a tank, they're gonna have to play this slow.
Get down a tank. Boy is on point. Easy focus out here.
Yeah, the next pulse is trying to
Not even
contest.
pick.
Gonna try and just stall for a bit here.
Another sleep on Kiri. Leaves no room for Suzu's. And then, again, focus down. No one in range at TP2.
Yeah, Mitoki's just gonna have to reset here. Already took point, unfortunately.
Yeah. Tiger contesting, I guess.
Yeah, gets killed by shooting the deflect. And Inner Fire still holding pretty strong here. This has been kind of a one-sided match.
Happens sometimes. Happens.
Yeah.
Pinocchio going in again, pretty much just alone.
Yeah, misses the
Definitely
vortex.
something he's got to work on.
Very sloppy here. You do get Honeydew low, but not really much you can do to follow up on it.
Luckily, the sleep missed, so at least has a chance there. Honeydew
comes the
finally
beat.
goes down to Tiger.
Beat
CP
comes
go out
in.
though, which again,
Yeah.
that's it.
Another very
Wow.
clean fight. You're seeing Tiger swap over to the Soldier, but probably not going to make a huge difference, especially with the comp that Inner Fire is running. A Soldier is not going to break through that at all. The Soldier is just much better pick.
Yeah.
And approaching final fight territory. Because these are bots and they don't know how to use mobility.
At the very least, they got Honeydew out, which
That's
I'd
true,
assume
yeah.
is a pretty big goal.
Yeah, getting those sleeps out early has been... is going to be big, but Suzu comes out early as well. Tiger does end up finding a pick. Here comes the overclock.
Now we are seeing
Pinocchio does
this
shut the overclock
overclock.
down. That's a lot of damage coming through. And
They actually take.
yeah, Koi Boy and
Tanks.
Pinocchio.
Just holding on enough.
I think shutting down the overclock early was very helpful there. Especially
Yeah,
just kind of
Based on the
denied.
health pools remaining, they wouldn't have survived a full overclock.
Yeah, very low. And I think the only reason they won too is because just the bubble didn't really offer any protection once the ram gets up in your face. So both
Yeah.
teams gonna be coming back here. Oh, here comes a
Okay.
Terra. Terra gets the
Interesting, Suzu.
Genji out.
Oh,
And
did
we
you
also
see
get the
Kitsune Rush?
Transcendence.
Oh, that will definitely hold. Transcendence easily wins that.
Rush Trans gonna keep the point alive. Annihilation used on the other side, but that's 3 ults just to hold on here.
Yeah, and all you have is Nano left.
Yeah, you're
Or,
running into a Nano Blade here. This is gonna be interesting to see. Oh, never mind. Nano goes over to the Sojourn instead. No overclock to combo with it, but
Has the potential though.
yeah, Annihilation also coming out. Pinocchio taking down Honeydew. Here comes the Dragon
There's
Blade.
Blade. Man,
The Blade dashes.
you need
Oh, he actually does get
8%.
Pinocchio.
Just pop everything.
The visor
Tiger
comes out just
does-
to confirm.
They hold.
Yeah, I mean, the
Incredible.
Blade got a lot of value there. Shut down the Annihilation, but DPS gonna keep it alive. Gonna be Inner Fire. Probably gonna get to point before the rest of Salty Ramen does. This is not looking good. They don't have any ults to keep themselves alive either.
Yeah, and you do have
Ends now.
You have Overclock, but gets 1 kill. Honeydew goes down. Tiger picks up another one. Primal comes out from Inner Fire, but the Discord
still
Orb
goes
shuts that
down.
down.
At least it wasn't a roll. They managed to turn it around.
Yeah, huge comeback there for Salty Ramen. Looking much better now.
Score 1-1.
1-1 tie. Very impressive. Considering the
Ready for
just absolute roll that was the most of the match so far.
The Hashimoto are a massive force.
Now
With a
this
lot
one
more
will be
firepower
interesting,
than a gang
because it
of
gets
kids.
very
What?
Brawl-centric
You think we shouldn't
if
fight
you're
Yeah.
contesting point.
I think
Yeah, this is I think where we're gonna
fighting
see
smarter.
the Ram Orisa shine more because typically the bots don't play a lot with the Winston mobility. So,
Yeah.
in just an all-out brawl, the Orisa Ram's gonna win this.
3, 2, 1.
Although I so very wish they did use their cooldowns a bit better. As leaps could be so powerful.
I know, yeah. Symphony leading the charge here. They are gonna touch point first, most likely, because of that Lucio. Yeah, already gets set up. Sleep comes out, does miss
Missed
Pinocchio though.
Lucky him. Finally gets a chance to play the game without end slap. Symphony is low due to just standing in repulsor.
And yeah, the Discord Orb plus Pinocchio's Nemesis form just shutting down anything that Inner Fire can do. And some ults getting charged up, nothing too crazy yet. And Tiger going up just to do a bit of recon here.
Yeah. Insecurity heavily cut out there. Just ran onto point, missed a repulsor. Origami at the least goes down. But
Yeah, I mean, Salty Ramen has just completely flipped this match. Now they're just dominating Inner Fire. See the Junkrat swap on the other side. Not sure how that's gonna do against the Ram or Orisa. But
you know what? I totally believe it was the 76 switch that turned it in.
yeah, I mean,
That was the
it's
move.
working for him. Symphony goes right in there, trying to stay alive, but the Nemesis form and the Discord Orb is gonna take him down. And it just
Nasty.
Junkrat's good, but
Nasty.
not able to really offer much there.
Yeah.
Only
Like,
one
optimally,
trade.
you could at the least use him to clonk Nemesis form Pinocchio away from Bubble Field.
Right.
Even then, that only buys you a few seconds max.
Yeah. Okay, this is final fight. We'll see if Inner Fire can turn this around. Sleep comes out.
Miss the sleep, miss a repulsor.
Huge Terra.
Bobo comes Sarah. Doesn't. I mean, at the least, it forces Symphony onto the point where he gets killed.
Yeah. Annihilation, Trans, Rush. Denying anything that Inner Fire can do to turn it around. And that is going to be first round going to Salty Ramen. Really nice comeback there. Just had to warm up a bit.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was just gonna be a 2-0 stomp from Inner Fire, but the Soldier 76 turned it around.
I really do think the additional poke, focusing out specific heroes, that helped so much rather than just vaguely trying to fight one person and
Right.
another. You know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, the Winston pick too, I think was, I mean, like you said, Ruins is very brawl centric, or you can just like go for heavy dive. But we didn't
But
see
the
the
bots
Winston
don't
dive.
play that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot they can do there. Next map is gonna be Shambali. This will be interesting. We don't see Shambali almost ever in Bot League, just not a very popular map. I'll be curious to see if they stick with the Orisa Ram. I think Ram's pretty good. Orisa's, I don't know about the Orisa. What do you think? Like, will be ideal for them to play here?
I mean, it has worked so far. The additional survivability has helped against the previous comp,
Right.
but still getting slept out, so clearly not on point with hardening.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think too, you could even have the Orisa lead the fight instead of the Ram, just to prevent all that initial burst damage.
Very true. Very true.
Especially on this map where there's just a lot of ways you can get poked out. A lot of high ground.
Ready.
And Orisa Ram again for Salty Ramen. No comp changes. Looks like they're pretty happy with how that worked out. Seeing swap over to Sigma instead of Winston here. Very interesting.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's
Our favorite.
a decent Sigma map, but the bots don't know how to play Sigma.
I mean, hopefully at least around this first end he can get some value.
Yeah.
But both Ram and Orisa have pretty solid primary fires.
Right. And
Five,
holding right up on cart.
3,
Salty Ramen
1.
just gonna simply not die. Who needs to play range? And a lot of
Needs cover
cooldowns.
even.
Yeah.
Yep, just everything popped out at once. Symphony immediately out again. Honeydew actually uses immortality
Yeah.
quite effectively there.
Immortality
Gets back
saves
with some
Honeydew
burst healing.
briefly.
Still goes down though.
And first fight going over to Salty Ramen. Holding strong here.
They did at the least get out 76 in Kiri.
Yeah,
So,
and such
hopefully
a
they can
long
use
walk
the second
back.
fight to kill Tank.
Payload in motion.
Symphony just gonna try and poke here. Already got some picks. Pinocchio is trapped in the corner. Tiger trying to play in the room over there.
There
But
we
again,
go.
she's gonna close that gap. Koi Boy all alone here. It looks like.
Boy, boy
Inner
is
fire.
super stuck.
He just actually like can't move. Oh, there we go. He got out. But he is gonna go down. That's a pretty nasty stagger too. And next pulse is also just kind of hiding in the back there. And Inner Fire gonna start pushing. Probably gonna be one more fight for checkpoint.
Big thing is if they make it around the corner or get stuck at the gate.
Right. Yeah.
That can easily turn the tide.
Yeah. You
especially in
wanna.
such a poorly call.
Yeah. Symphony just trying to take some space here and immediately losing the space. Gonna be a fight right around the corner here. Maybe. Yeah. Right
Pinocchio
around the
taking window side, backs off of again. Decides that straight ahead is the best move here, popping Nemesis. Nemesis v Nemesis, Lotus Core is kind of stuck.
That's just
Yeah,
embarrassing. nasty
nasty railgun. While you have Discord Orb.
Yeah, I mean, pretty quick fight there. Didn't see a whole lot happen. No trades or anything like that. Just Salty Ramen walked on point and killed everybody. But we do have a Terra coming up for Salty Ramen. Nothing really to respond with, maybe High Noon or the Blade. None of which really countered the Terra. And Honeydew already very low. Yeah, dies to Mitoki.
Wow.
Really nice shots there. And
Boy
here's a
Boy
Terra
actually
Surge.
taking space here. Uses Terra.
Terra doesn't get anything, but it does force Insecurity
Yeah.
out to be killed. And yeah, rest of the team's just gonna have to back off. You see Symphony just trying to give it a poke. Tiger kills Lotus Core, and Symphony just decides to take this angle by himself.
No, he decided not to take this angle. No,
He's
maybe he will.
indecisive. Looking at Annihilation Trans Rush, 60 seconds. Here comes the High Noon. Ooh, Mitoki.
That was clearly his plan.
No fear there. Insecurity does get the trade though. Here comes
Dragon
Annihilation
Blade
and the
super
trans.
far away.
Annihilation
Not-
doesn't
not
last
gonna get
long.
much out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, use Blade and High Noon there, didn't get anything. I mean, you got Mitoki, but at that point, doesn't really matter. We do have Nano, Window, and Annihilation for Inner Fire. This is definitely doable, but they've really got to get on point. Probably gonna see the Annihilation come out pretty soon. Lotus Core. Gonna just want to dive in a team. Window comes out. Here comes the overclock and the visor. Ooh, Mitoki.
Huge ult dump. Huge ult dump.
Yeah, a lot going on right now.
Annihilation out. Going for Mitoki now. And they're finally at the least pushing. Tiger runs to cart just to contest.
But Lotus
It's
Core is just
overtime.
simply going to brawl him out. But Lotus Core walks off the point.
Zenby Ram.
Oh,
What's up point? Shaz Jed bikes back on. He has Discord though.
oh, Origami in just running away, but they chase him down. The roll just
There
barely
you go.
touches point in time. And now
And then runs back.
they're playing very
And that
dangerous
might- I
game
forget.
here.
But in that time, at the very least, we're
Did it-
seeing team get back. And there we go.
Yeah. Salty Ramen able to quickly get back and stop that push. Unfortunately, didn't really get any more progress off that. Very rough. I don't know why Lotus Cord tried to chase Origami down. That was a bit rough. Yeah, not. I mean, you either finish the map or you get stuck here usually. So definitely,
Especially in bot league.
yeah, this is such a hard little corridor to get past. Yeah, I'll be really curious to see how they stick with the Stigma. The Stigma has not been great so far. It just isn't great in bot league. And seeing a Reinhardt swap, yeah, I think that makes more sense. I mean, Sigma, unironically, would be decent here on defense. But in terms of, like, the bots being able to play it, Reinhardt probably makes more sense.
Yeah. And with the comp, not the worst choice either. You do
Yeah,
have
pretty-
an online Baptiste, so you do have decent long mid-range damage for this first set of long roads to work with.
Yeah, yeah, good comp. Kind of a nice little brawl comp.
Five,
I am grateful for you,
Captain.
That
One.
means a lot, Arisa.
And here we go. Salty Ramen with 4 minutes to push just before the checkpoint. And here comes the pin. Already.
Of course,
Nice
Pinocchio
pin.
slept.
Doesn't try and finish off Koi Boy, but does get Origami for it.
Origami goes down, Pulse goes down. 3 for 1 currently. There's Lotus Core, Honeydew, and Cheshjet. It's looking like they'll take. It's gonna require Symphony to hold for a long time here.
Yeah, it initially looked like that was going in the way of Inner Fire, but Koi Boy just stayed alive long enough. And
Very bad stagger as well.
yeah, this is going to be a very rough fight. They are going to get, I assume they'll get there, but this is final fight territory. They have to play this smart. No ults, just going to be completely dry. I think we'll see the Reinhardt do well here. Nice little tight area for him to rush down.
If they get here in time, it's gonna be
I
close.
assume they would, but maybe not. It's going to be so close. There we go,
Ram
Lotus
hopes
Core.
they can contest. There we go. We immediately sleep, and then we're seeing all kinds of big cooldowns go out. Immortality, even worst immortality ever seen.
See, Koi Boy is just all by himself. Hiker does end up getting 9 Divide, though. Nice little trade.
Pulse has to back off here.
Yeah. It's going to
Goes down for
stagger even more. And very nice fight there from Inner Fire. Stopping the payload. They got 2 minutes to hold. This is definitely doable. Does the new balance changes get added in the workshop? Yes. So you can see already the Genji buff today is taking effect. So, yeah. All the buffs and stuff are in effect. I don't think there's many that the bots actually play. No Pharah or Freya or anything. But here we go. Pinocchio just rushing straight in. Deadeye comes out. Trying to make
Again,
some space after
holding
losing 2.
Just a bit more space.
Yeah. But Shaw's Dead just goes right in there and
We have a
immediately
minute
dies
40.
for it.
The cart is even reversing at this point.
But here comes the rush
See Kitsune Rush go off.
and the trans.
At that point,
Symphony
it's
just
don't
can't
die.
live.
But
Yeah.
they take it.
With over a minute left, looks like Salty Ramen gonna make this 2-0.
Very interesting.
Yeah, this has been Inner Fire definitely isn't doing bad. But yeah, just it's not enough to beat Salty Ramen. So, any thoughts on that?
I gotta say, their head was in the right direction with increasingly burlier comps trying to counter Orisa. Especially as her poke wasn't exceeding theirs.
Right.
But they just were, I suppose, cocky. They let themselves get caught out, singled out, and ultimately increasingly bad staggering.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the last fight too is just so rough because they lost a lot just right off the bat, and they had the High Noon to make some space for a minute, but it just wasn't enough. I think in the future, like they really need to like swap to Zen for the Orisa. I think that would make a big difference. Because we just aren't seeing a lot of value with the Ana, unfortunately.
The sleeps are good, but just Discord and focus would be so much better.
Yeah, I think even just like the anti-nades, we haven't really seen a lot of big anti-nades.
Initiate
Which is often what turns the tide of these fights. Sleeper nade. Here we go. King's Row at match point for Salty Ramen. King's Row, always a favorite.
And there we go.
And looks like we're seeing the old
Czar.
Ryan Zar, the duo pioneered by Blue at the start of the season. And also a Mei Zen. Yeah, so like we were saying, the Zenyatta is going to be crucial in killing the Orisa. Hopefully the Ryan Zar, like, you know, the old bubble pin Ryan, maybe you can get the Ram out of the way. Even just, like, getting the Zen out of the way, too. Also, Mei will be nice for CC and all that.
five, four,
Few
Just
technical.
a few blue imposters over here.
Yeah.
defend
Uh,
objective A.
Hold on. We're having a few technical difficulties right now. Gonna pause the match real quick. Just to make sure this is fair for our players. Okay, I think we're good to continue. Just if we have any lag spikes, we will unpause, or we will pause it just to make sure it's fair and still a good viewing experience. But here we go, Symphony going around the flank, maybe. 9 Divide already going down. That's not very good. Just a huge death ball coming out here. And without even blinking, Salty Ramen just annihilates Inner Fire there. Not looking good so far. This is probably going to be going... I did Koi Boy get gold there. We're going to come down to ultimates, as on those hybrid maps. It's usually like an ult dump to take the point. I mean, big Shatter, big Grab, High Noon. A lot of good ults here for Inner Fire. But Symphony just running it down. Does get the trade. Pinocchio goes down. Lotus Core gonna try and build some charge. Already at 100. Takes down Koi Boy. Tiger's the only one left.
Oh man.
And
Barely.
with only 2 DPS left on point, Inner Fire does take it with a pretty good time bank. Probably gonna be close to 5 minutes. And yeah, they do take it. But gonna be a quick fight under the bridge. As Salty Ramen come over there. Are they... Maybe they flank through the side room? Uh-oh. 9 Divide's all by himself. What is he doing? Yeah, 9 Divide goes down. And 5v6 here. Pinocchio trying to get some more picks. And X-Pulse just trying to stay alive right now. What a
Pinocchio
Suzu.
down.
And yeah, Really good kite there from Inner Fire. Immortality Field and Ice Block come out, and there goes Koi Boy. Inner Fire looking good so far in this map. They do lose Symphony, but Mitoki goes down, gets traded by Honeydew. Or picked by Honeydew, I should say. Oh my goodness, here comes a solo rush from an X-Pulse. And a High Noon in response.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, well, traded ults there. Still, Blizzard, Trans, Shatter in the bank for Inner Fire. Only a Terra for the Orisa here. Or for Salty Ramen, I should say. And because of the High Noon, that's going to keep Salty Ramen back. Gonna have to touch a bit late. Lotus Core just going straight in. Having to use both bubbles right off the bat just to stay alive. But is going to get Pinocchio. Symphony goes wide on the pin. Koi Boy just trying to hold some space here. Uses the Terra. Probably going to get 9 Divide. No, 9 Divide walks out of it. Here comes Symphony. Hits the cart. Koi Boy just trying to stall this as long as possible. Here comes a Shatter. Shatter actually finishes off Koi Boy. And that's going to be checkpoint already for Inner Fire. 4.5 minutes.
This is looking like a win, not gonna lie.
I mean, you got Blizzard and Trans going up against Annihilation and another Trans. I mean, yeah, just really good ult bank. Oh, and a pin right off the bat. Gonna have to use Annihilation just to stay alive here. Both Trans come out. Not a lot of damage not gonna be done right now. But the Annihilation stays up long enough. Ooh, and a Gravjax. Big Gravjax. Pinocchio getting 3 or 4 there. Pretty good. Just staying alive. Good response with the Annihilation. The 9 Divide is doing his thing. And here comes the Visor from Tiger. Just gonna do a lot of poke damage. Actually ends up getting Shod dead. And the Overclock as well. Nice layering here from Salty Ramen. Unfortunately, not many people actually on the point to make use of that Overclock. Honeydew gets Origami but is killed by Koi Boy. Pinocchio caught out in the front here. Gonna have to play this bit safe. Yeah, wall comes out from Insecurity to stay alive, but probably isn't gonna last too long. Yeah. Is it lagging for anyone else? Yeah, the internet's a bit wonky. Hopefully it's, just let me know if it gets too bad and I'll pause it. Symphony leading the charge here. Ooh, almost gets Mitoki, just bumps her back, but Mitoki gets Honeydew. Next Pulse gets another one. Suzu to keep Pinocchio alive. Here comes the Terra. Gets Lotus Core. Insecurity all alone. I mean, Inner Fire looks super strong there at the beginning, but really struggling on this third point. Got the High Noon and the Window. Looks like they're going up top. Here comes the Deadeye. Gonna split Inner Fire. Or sorry, Salty Ramen. Honeydew gets Mitoki. Here comes the rush on Salty Ramen. Trans and Window out in response. Trans doesn't really help the team a whole lot. Looks like might see a Shatter here? No. Holds a Shatter. Oh! Gets NX Pulse with a pin. Oh! Shatter onto Origami, who's in Trans. And a Blizzard to kill Origami. That was a thing. And Inner Fire moving right along.
They held out for 3 minutes there.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Looks like some trades coming in. Pinocchio goes down. 9 Divide gets killed for it. Symphony and Koi Boy brawling. Here comes Tiger's Visor. There goes Lotus Core after getting 2. but with the closer spawns, it looks like Salty Ramen's probably going to get set up before Inner Fire can come back, especially with Insecurity going down.
Remaining.
And 40 seconds for Inner Fire to make the last push here. Only have a Grav going up against Overclock and Annihilation. Not a ideal ult bank here. Misses the pin. Here comes the Grav. Big Grav. And Annihilation and Overclock in response. It looks like Salty Ramen's gonna hold on here. Symphony gets Tiger, but all alone up against the Ram and Nemesis form and a Discord Orb on his head. And I think that's probably where the payload's gonna stop. Inner Fire did get pretty far. Like a very fair push there. Inner Fire actually gets 2 kills, but just can't get to point in time. Yeah, they got 4 kills at the end, but it wasn't enough.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating.
Yeah, what are your thoughts so far on this?
The ults have been so bad.
Yeah,
Oh
I like how we got Trans, Shatter, and Blizzard just to kill one Zenyatta.
who was, of course, in trans.
Yeah. Not a whole lot going on there, but
Thought
Yeah.
that counts, I suppose.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, the grab there at the end was pretty nice, but just wasn't anything to really follow up on. The Orisa just going golden negated a lot of the damage. And no comp switches. This is... I think Inner Fire's got a good chance here. Probably going to be a lot about how long they can hold these first 2 points. Especially the
Yeah.
first one. If they can just like knock off an extra minute, I think that'll make a big difference.
Yeah. The roll on first point definitely helped a lot.
Yeah.
3, 2.
Okay, someone says, what makes the bot ult? Is it random? No. So whenever they have ult, if there's an enemy within 10 meters, they will use it. We had to make it custom ourselves, because they often will just hold it by default, so it does force them to use it if there's an enemy close. They also have to have line of sight with the enemy as well, like they won't do it through walls. Ideally.
As we see Symphony try and charge you.
Yeah. Pinocchio is getting right in here, trying to brawl everyone out. A lot of trades
Not
coming
looking
in.
good though.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
1v1 here
Tiger.
and you're off point.
Oh man,
Oh.
Tiger, the last survivor of that fight, single-handedly going to cap the point. Don't think without any mobility. Yeah, Inner Fire's just gonna have to give this up, it looks like. Oh, I got stepped off point for a second, and Inner Fire takes the long way around, inexplicably. Probably just setting up.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Probably gonna try and do the same thing we saw Salty Ramen do. Go through this little side room, and Tiger's just standing there in true 76 fashion. Just kind of flipping the map almost. Really weird little pincer maneuver coming in.
Symphony can get a good pin and not hit a lamppost. That would have been huge.
And looks like Salty Ramen, like, I mean, when Salty Ramen tried that maneuver, it didn't really work well, so not really sure what Inner Fire was thinking. Really only get, what, 1 kill, I think, off that. And that's going to be a push. Early fight is good, though. Going to stall that timeout just a bit longer. Going to have a Shatter ready for Inner Fire. Few ults, Rush and Terra getting close, but if he can get the Shatter out after the Ram uses shield, hopefully we don't see another Shatter into the shield. And that'll be really big. And here we go. Where he's setting up. He goes for the pin on Pinocchio, push him out of the Rush. Rush comes out, and Symphony gets killed before he can even use the Shatter. Really weird holding that. Hera just charges the Zarya bubble some more. Already at the 40% charge. Pinocchio is just gonna get beamed down. Lotus Core staying alive here. High Noon briefly comes out. The Lotus Core is really low now. Yeah, next Pulse is gonna take him out. Here comes Attack Visor. But 9 Divide just stares him down.
Wow.
And 9 Divide, the only one left on point. And there's a trance to make sure that they take this. And an overclock. That's 2 ults down. Can they get a last touch before the checkpoint? This is going to be a brutal hold. Hasn't been any slower than Inner Fire, I don't think. And
Yeah,
maybe we
it's
see
on pace.
Symphony trying to contest. No, he does not contest, unfortunately. But he does get NX Pulse pretty low. Honeydew gets 2.
And
Symphony
then,
just charging right in there. Here comes
Pinocchio
the
is
Blizzard
so
and
low.
Annihilation. Annihilation
There we
doesn't
go.
find anything. Trans comes out to stay alive. Koi Boy gonna back off. Gets the Suzu to escape. Yeah, damage window and
Damage
Trans were
window
kind of
nothing.
overkill. Koi Boy, yeah, looks a little lost.
Oh yeah, that's a move.
So is Honeydew.
Good work,
Everyone's
honey.
and a lot of Inner Fire is
However,
just scattered right now. Here comes the grab, big
Pinocchio,
grab.
it should be an easy kill here.
Yeah, gets Pinocchio. Lotus Core very low though. Gonna have to play this safe. Mitoki comes in and dies. NX Pulse gonna have to back off. Uses it.
If only they had touched point.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be much better. Just under 4 minutes for Inner Fire to hold. Just been holding this Shatter. Very surprising from the bots.
Hasn't
And
had a chance. There it is. Okay.
okay, that's a Shatter for sure. Origami caught all by himself, but probably gonna escape. Can't really follow up with Pinocchio punching Symphony in the back. And he gets 2. Here comes the Ainu just to make space. Terra comes out. Rush as well. And Lotus Core rolled. That might be it. That might be a 3-0. See if Inner Fire can touch. I don't think they could. Yeah, if they walked out as soon as they respawned, I think they could have. But otherwise, it is not possible. And that looks like...
Charge? Maybe.
Wait, maybe?
Like, that's the only chance. Okay, we're seeing a contest. We're seeing
Oh
a
my
charge.
goodness.
We're seeing the pin.
What a pin! They keep it alive.
Right,
It's gonna be a completely
Symphony
dry fight.
is not gonna hold out much longer though.
Ooh,
One
nice
tank
shot
on
there.
one tank. It's one tank.
No, but they're gonna push. Insecurity's off the point. And that's gonna
Rose not
be...
get 12.
Yeah, despite a very close end there. It looks like Salty Ramen is going to 3-0 Inner Fire. What a... Inner Fire was looking good, like, consistently, but then they just mess up and ruin it all. So, yeah, not amazing there. But pretty interesting. I mean, now we've seen what Salty Ramen can do. And hopefully they can survive against Iris, which will be their next match. I don't know. If
No,
you
I
want-
don't know about all that.
Yeah, Iris is pretty good, especially because Salty Ramen played the Ram Orisa, and Iris is known for their Orisa. Yeah, so very interesting match. Do we want to do another one? It's pretty early still.
Yeah, I mean, 3-0s may as well go for another.
All right. So we're gonna go into a quick break here, and we're gonna be right back with the first match of Stage 2, which will be Blue versus Afterlife. All right, so we'll see you in a bit.
Oh,
See if this
that
pick
would
does
be big.
anything.
Pablo might be dead here if he came back up.
Oh, Wi-Fi caught out. Don Pablo immediately going down after. EAC is looking great today. Shield 1 from D12, but that shield's a lot harder to time. And a big anti there. And they are all just immediately
Already half.
low health. This is going to be easy cleanup here.
kills, 3 kills, 4 kills. Smurf takes out D10 in the process. What did
Yeah, Torb was an interesting pick. You saw how strong turrets can be in these kinds of competitions. Able to shield while he gets healed up.
Step back a bit. But Dambot pulls off the bio. Disastrous first push.
Oh, misses the javelin.
But Smurf missed Gracie as well.
Yeah, I got that
Fair
Discord
fight there.
orb. Not looking good.
Ooh! There's
D10
no way.
with the
Blue
Reaper.
pulled off that first fight flawlessly. D10 sitting back as you do, picking him off. Pop, 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 gone. EAC and I believe that is Diamond 1 sit alone. But tank down. He's sticking back a bit more. He's got the range. He doesn't need to be on point, but he does it just to be an absolute meat shield.
And Pixel Pred gonna punish that. Oh!
Ooh!
Guys in the back line targeting Diamond 1. He's getting shot from behind. Oh, but he gets Diamond 1.
Nasty quick punches there. Ooh, Diamond 1 out. Dambot out, no support.
Look at Dawn. Oh, almost wins the fight. EAC is the only one left standing. That was much closer than I thought it was
As soon as possible.
gonna be. Yeah. There's the Dragon Blade.
Well,
Oh, what a nice charge from Smurf there.
Smurf went for it.
And that was so risky too, because he had fallen. The fight could have gone very different with just pure mechanical skill here from Obo. And dang, nice rock on the Corgi.
See if it can follow up with a kill though. That's where it matters.
Probiotic focus down by Kilo.
Friday almost full. Goes for the Friday half. And they're pushed away from the objective now. Top 501 already half health.
And there goes Avalanche.
Goes for a charge. Avalanche down. Dragoon down to Nada Nada.
There goes Bloom.
Bloom and Jiangxi down. Could definitely turn things around here. There's
Gets the javelin.
the other one.
Are they gonna use
Damage
the Terra
boost.
Surge?
Damage boost, there we go! Dragoon pops this as well. There's Terra Surge. 2 down with Terra Surge. Bloom takes out top 501. Dragoon takes Strange Barrel. Sunset melees Necro.
Necro's very far out of position though. There's the Shatter.
Shatter!
Big Shatter. And there's the High Noon.
Steve Blue.
Gets a triple
Hey.
kill.
Nice! And Necro gets a boop on Sunset.
Nice shot by Sparkplug. That Deadeye. Huge there.
Just by pressing Q. And there's Terra Surge, finally! We've waited the whole game for this, and it takes 1. But Jiangxi capitalizes with Death Blossom to take another. Sunset finishes off Nada Nada and Necro. Jiangxi takes Sparkplug, and it looks like they take here.
The
You
Terra
just
Surge.
got caught up so much in trying to get the enemy off the point. You removed yourself from the point like that! Damage window out.
And the
damage.
Kitsune.
What a combo!
Easy
The
Zhong
DPS plays out. Yeah, anti on Janky, Warped, and Harbinger. Janky is forced to back off. Low health.
Big Terra
There's
Surge there from
Rally,
Nocturnal.
There's Terra Surge.
Double
Bam.
kill.
Warped synchronize out, but now they have to at least hold it for a second while the bot is stationary. Janky is holding out. Nocturnal is low. There's a big invuln field for a moment. Transcendence is out. Artie drops. How do you win this? There goes everyone. Disconnect. Loses that team fight.
Change up. Going with Malva Bastion. Trying to mirror Warp.
Junkrat.
I think the Junkrat has worked out pretty well. We're so chaotic. It's nice picks. But doesn't mean much when you have Nocturnal jumping into the hole. Oh, he's whip shot in.
Blocked by Synchronize.
And there's the Death
There we
Blossom.
go.
Big Death Blossom to
Well,
beat well.
awesome.
Oh,
Blue, back to ride! He
there it
for a
goes. Gets
charge.
both these all by himself too. Fucking just in a weird position. Might get Conjurer.
Ooh, Conjurer hits 3 times on this map. Conjurer is going down.
Patched up.
But still, a lot of damage on this map. I don't think he's gonna be able to survive this. despite Pixel Credit's best effort.
Tramadas. Ults can be so good, but usually they're better off with
Pixel Credit against Courtney.
Both teams almost entirely wiped out.
Feel that healing breeze.
No more worrying about antis at least.
True, yeah.
Fight the back and forth here.
And it
So
works.
look at Cheaters is gonna go down now.
Yeah.
Smurf has to back off. Oh, caught the javelin there.
Here's the Terra Surge, but the Transcendence is out of position.
Oh, got a ult. Got sword and a Kitsune run. Lucio might immediately go to drop a beat here because it is tough. They pull through though. 15 seconds left.
Here's the
Still got
dragon.
beat.
Oh,
We've
but the
got
dragon.
Kitsune Rush insta popped. Double insta pop on Kitsune Run. You've got Transcendence to counter. And here we see Smurf finally finish it off. Reaper does have Death Blossom still though, but that is it. Oh,
See if this
that
pick
could be
does
big.
anything.
Pablo might be dead here if he came back off.
Oh, Wi-Fi caught out. Don Pablo immediately going down after. EAC is looking great today. Shield one from B12, but that shield's a lot harder to time. And a big anti there. And they are all just immediately
Already half.
low health. This is gonna be
Everyone's
easy cleanup here.
2 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills. Smurf takes out E10 in the process. What did he
Yeah, the Torb was an interesting pick. You saw how strong turrets can be in these kinds of competitions. Able to shield while he gets healed up.
Step back a bit. But Dambot pulls off the bio. Disastrous first push.
Oh, misses the javelin.
But Smurf missed Gracie as well.
Yeah, I got that
Fair
Discord
fight there.
orb. Not looking good.
Ooh! There's
D10
no way.
with the
Blue
Reaper.
pulled off that first fight flawlessly. D10 sitting back as you do, picking him off. Pop, 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 gone. EAC and I believe that is Diamond 1 sit alone. But
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Overwatch Bot League Season 2 Day 5, where we are going to be moving on to Stage 2 of the tournament. Take a look at our bracket here. It's not updated, but Salty Ramen won against Inner Fire, and now we are moving on back to North America, where we'll have Blue versus Afterlife. Blue obviously being the champions from last year. Just impeccable team play. Just very well coordinated compared to a lot of bots. And they have picked Midtown as their map, which is interesting. Have we seen them play Midtown before? I think we actually did,
yeah.
like one time, but not a very popular map. Just in general, really. I assume we'll see the standard comp for Blue. Reinzar, Bastion May. And yes. Of course, we see Don Pablo, the GOAT, on Reinhardt. Baptiste Lucio for the supports. And Afterlife, we see Roadhog. Bit of a rarity. Getting more popular with Season 2. Having 2 tanks makes him a lot more viable. Also the Reaper. Again, bit of a not super popular pick. And then Curie, Ana, which is very strong in bot league. Yeah, how do you think this is gonna go? Are we gonna see a Blue 3-0?
I hope so. But this comp definitely is a powerhouse against a Reinhardt.
Yeah, this is... Afterlife has done their research here. They look very well prepared. And Star Wars leading the charge on Ram. Ram being very popular this season. Already saw Ram mirror last match. It's gonna go left side. It's gonna run straight into D12, or D10 gets slept. But Dawn, of course,
Not a problem for him.
finds, yeah. Are gonna see Big Eye
You do
take
see
out
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi.
go out, but that's
Yeah.
pretty standard. The sacrifice that needs to be made to obliterate everyone else.
Looks like they're gonna stagger Big Eye there. Very nice. First fight there for Blue. Impeccable as always. Wi-Fi going to get back. Nice ult charge here for Blue. Already 80% to the B. That's crazy. Only 60% for the Roadhog on Afterlife.
Yeah, I mean, it's likely they just insta-pop beat, and that instantly wins another team fight.
Yeah,
But-
and here's the beat.
As I was saying, but that means they won't really be able to use it for a counter. It just clears the point for another 20-30 seconds.
Yeah,
Except you do get a modest stagger there. DPS out at the least makes
Yeah.
Pablo infinitely harder to kill. I mean, aside from Ram, what are you gonna do against him?
yeah. The Ram's really the only thing that's gonna touch Pablo. Maybe get a big sleep on him. But yeah, Blue looking great so far, sticking close to point. I mean, not a whole lot of ults really for either side right now. Probably gonna get the whole hog coming up next. How they use that will be very interesting considering how open this point is. And already,
Cute.
yeah,
Healbot stole the anti-nade away from actually hitting someone.
oh, and here's the
Important.
Artie.
Using it a bit sparingly.
Ooh, gets
Gets out
folded
folded
mine
mine,
there,
easy
yeah.
peasy like that. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Big Eye forced to back off, doesn't get staggered luckily.
Yeah, this time decides not to stagger. Incredible. Actually, oh, nope. He thought otherwise. He decided he's now going to simply, oh, never mind. He's heading back.
He's just enjoying some indoor time before heading back to them.
A lot of ults right now. We got Window, we got Blizzard, we got the whole hog, which is probably going to be used first. I maybe get a big window here. Pablo is slept. Blizzard comes out in response.
D12, you know better than that.
Yeah, Blizzard on nothing. Star Wars gets a kill with the Annihilation. Ooh! A Shatterjax. And D12 coming in, doesn't have any cooldowns to stall, unfortunately. And with 45 seconds left, that is going to be first point for Afterlife. Had to use a lot of ultimates for that, but Blue also used quite a few. Didn't really... I think they were maybe trying to grab Shatter, but the Shatterjax was very rough. Here we go. Gonna be an early fight, though, because they got the forward spawn.
Gonna see Fire Strikes go out here most likely.
The Rush Overclock coming out.
D10 with Bubble as well. And of course, Death Blossom had potential, but
Yeah,
not really useful range.
A lot of just deathmatch going out right now. Ooh, nice bubble to block Dawn
Bubble
from
is
the
low.
hook.
That is a
Yeah,
problem.
Doesn't
Like,
have any
as
supports.
I say so frequently, Hog is very dangerous to a Rhino close range due to his DPS. But it is looking like who other than D12
Yeah.
was able to at least hold a few extra seconds there.
Yeah, give the team time to respawn. Have that Lucio to ferry you back. Gonna be another close fight. Blue's been fighting these, like, you know, very frequently. A lot of the time we just see, like, a fight happen once or twice and then they get checkpoint. But Blue's dragging this out as long as possible. Got another window and beat. Only a nano to respond with. Pablo thinks
we-
about... Are they gonna go under?
Like if he goes for the flanker route here,
And a beat to survive the Roadhog, I suppose. Fortunately, it doesn't get that many.
oh, goofy.
Yeah,
It
and the-
actually is drawing them away from point for a rotation.
yeah.
D12
D12
goes in for
stalling.
contest. Sleep gets out.
Draws a lot of cooldowns, but unfortunately goes down.
Pablo burning
Uncharacteristic.
through his shield. Reaper on his rear.
Yeah, uncharacteristically
burnt through another
fumbled
2
ults.
minutes. Yeah.
That was really weird. But I mean, forward spawn, looking really good for another close fight. Gonna be going up against the whole hog again. Want to take Big Eye out first, but he immediately takes out Dawn. Dawn ult tracking might be a bit off there. And D10 need a... Yeah, I think Blue just needs a full reset at this point. They're just gonna snowballing this. And Afterlife with 2 minutes to finish the map.
D12.
D12's
D12, not
thinking about
here,
it.
not now.
D12. He's got the cooldowns.
Okay.
He's got the cooldowns.
Runs full.
Look
Sits
at him
there.
go. Look at him go.
Kills. Gets out an ult.
Doesn't use the blizzard. Rest of the team come back. Here comes the
Basically-
Artie.
Burns down half the time they got for hitting checkpoint.
Separates the team. Big Eye's very low. D10 gonna have to fall
Oh,
back a
got
bit.
knocks out of the way for a
Ooh,
pin.
the shatter.
Big Eye. Dead.
Big Eye goes down. Here comes the overclock
Huge.
from Dodgers.
Oh,
Dom probably
Annihilation
does go
comes
down.
out. Here we see Grav on.
Where did that go?
I don't know.
D10 is gonna go down though. Fortunately, the grab was not amazing. I don't know where it went. Who could have stopped that? That was weird. Anyways, gonna be final fight territory for blue here. Big Eye gonna be slowly coming back, taking the long way around the scenic route. And if you have this blizzard, this is just what you need to contest this.
We see
Here it comes.
Shield.
Good blizzard, right on point there. But Dodger ends up escaping it. D10 gets the
Of
trade.
course, just knock away at the bubble.
Slicer kind of just
Also
ults
not
on
great.
nothing. And Dawn, only one left alive,
Get out
doesn't even kill
T12 and on
Leaps.
Hubbley there. And
44 seconds.
44 seconds.
Ah, Blue was looking great on the first point. And even the first part of the second, but unfortunately just snowballed at the end.
Switching sides.
But you gotta believe. You gotta
Hey,
believe.
you gotta believe. I think Blue's gonna take this back. They can just go through first really fast. I think they've got a good shot. Unfortunately, the Roadhog's gonna be pretty good on defense. Especially on the second and third point. Just gonna want to
Very
kite the
true.
line. And I think we'll probably see same comps. I mean, it was fairly close. You know, not like a huge time bank for Afterlife there. And yeah, no comp changes.
As long as you get into plenty.
I think the Roadhog Ram's gonna be pretty strong here. Zarya doesn't have a lot of potential to break through that, so
Stop chasing
just
me.
gonna have to rely on Dawn making those initial pushes.
Isn't that just like him?
Bastion may follow up has very strong potential though. At the very least, if you can burn out Roadhog's gas, it makes him significantly more vulnerable.
4,
That's true. Yeah.
2, 1.
Here we go.
Incoming.
4 minutes for Blue to get through the first point.
But preferably faster.
Yeah, hopefully they can win this in first or second fight. Sleep misses. Leap's already looking very low. Leaps goes down. Nice bubble there.
Whisper in there,
D10.
and yeah, everyone's getting cleared out. None other than the goats. Who even needs strategy? Just kill them. Easy peasy.
Yeah, first fight absolutely rolled there. Very nice. And that's gonna be point for Blue. 5, almost 6 minutes to get to the checkpoint here. Very nice time bank.
Versus like, what? Minute? 44 seconds? No,
Yeah.
They had like nothing.
Fire strikes go wide. See Star Wars trying to flank here.
Zuzu out. Wi-Fi out. Wi-Fi for leaps here.
Golden Mime's looking very low, but Big Eye.
One showdown though. Folded mime down. That's no supports. D10,
D10.
kills himself.
But just one tank alive on both sides. Doors do close. Unfortunately, Dodger, ooh, just barely escapes the pin. Big Eye misses the hook. Dawn just being super aggressive here. Probably just trying to get some ult charge. Ooh, but he does get Big Eye out of the way.
Yeah.
Dawn just gonna retreat.
He's
get
in a
off the-
very precarious position here. Ram on his rear. But again, leaps and dodger out.
Yeah, DPS
Traded.
going down. Here comes the whole hog. gonna try and take Sancho out. There we go. D10 and D12 all by themselves.
It's a bad stagger.
Yeah, this is just huge snowball.
The shatter misses.
Yeah. Shatter hits the shield. Big Eye is trapped for the wall briefly. Healbot gets a nice kill on the folded mime.
There's a good hit.
There we
Solid.
go.
Big guy down. And here we see Nemesis out again, but just loads of damage.
There we go.
Even furthermore, with the beat, you're not killing him.
Whew.
And keep on pushing.
Keep on going. Very
With a bit of
long
stagger as
fight.
well.
Yeah, they did stagger the Star Wars there. Super long fight. Only had to use beat to win it though. I mean, technically the shatter was used. But I don't think Afterlife really is anything besides that initial whole hog. So, gonna have a very nice ult bank going into this.
We're gonna see Annihilation on one of the tightest corridors to be pushing a point through in the game.
Yeah. Oh, and
Lizard on point though.
preemptively.
Perfect contest.
Ooh, gets leaps there. Really nice. Just not even gonna give him a
Optimal
chance
pick.
to use Annihilation. That's
And
gonna be
Dodger is
checkpoint.
gonna go down as well. Big Guy is being forced out of space. And
Annihilation gets
Annihilation
nothing.
is nothing against the goats.
Beautiful. I mean, like you said, you gotta believe this is looking great for blue. 4.5 minutes. Big Eye doesn't catch the spawn room. He can't swap, so now he's just gonna be all by himself here.
Yeah. If he gets hit with the pin, it's over.
Oh yes. And that's a huge stagger. I mean, you got the Blossom Rush and Overclock going into this. The Star Wars narrowly dodges the pin and the Blossom.
And everything comes out.
Ooh, 3 ults there used from Afterlife just to kill Dawn. And here we go, got the damage
Oh,
window
yeah.
coming out.
Now, could the damage window get better picks than Dawn? Let's see here. Folded Mime down as well. I mean, it's
Slicer goes
four.
down. Dodgers
We
one.
see Grav again. Where?
Don't know where it went. Yeah, Sancho is really low there. Gets the mega D12 running straight
Yeah,
ahead.
I mean, if you throw a wall down in front of spawn, you basically just win.
the hook goes right past him. Oh my goodness. And this is looking like one more fight. Dawn comes in, forces Suzu.
Pablo! Such a
Pablo the
good
goat.
charge there.
Immortality Field puts in some work there. The whole hog.
Lowers down, Big Eye low, using up all of his gas just to get to half health, continuously beating down. Dodger is low as well. There's
What
a
a
shatter!
shatter!
And then doesn't even need to get the kill on Slicer.
Yeah,
I mean, he won
D12 finishes them all off. What a play there.
And
That's
you
gonna
had
be-
3 ults on lock, even if that didn't work.
Yeah, really well played there from Blue. 330 to 1.
Initiating match.
Which, as always, what do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, Blue struggled a bit on the end of their defense, but on offense they are looking very good. So just gotta hold for a minute. Very doable. Very doable. I think probably no comp changes again. Yeah, pretty standard.
Like, in the span of a minute, will they even get ults to work with? Because that's
Yeah.
the closest thing they've really had to being able to turn it around.
Yeah, probably maybe get the hoggle just because of how fast it charges now, but not gonna be.
But you're going up against a Shatter in a similar
Yeah.
time frame.
Yeah. I think the key here is probably just we noticed the reason that Afterlife was able to push so easily on their last attempt at attacking was the sleep anti onto Dawn, right on the corner there
Yes,
with right as he was
yes.
charging in. So if they can just do that again, but hopefully not as don't cut it as close as they did last time. I think that'll very much help. Here we go, Star Wars leading the charge. But no,
As long as Pablo is a bit reserved on fire strikes here, he can do a lot of damage, get a lot of ult charge. Like right there,
yeah.
or
Uh-oh.
you know, D10 can just absolutely blast. Oh, goes in tight with Big Eye, who just used some of his gas, using it all up. They could take here.
Yeah,
Could take
Depot
here.
gonna try to stall, doing what he does best.
Man, they're down to 15 seconds.
Yeah. Wi-Fi also just goes for the stall. They're all just going in one by one to stall. Healbot also goes in.
I mean, they haven't taken yet.
They haven't gotten it yet.
And
no
now
way.
you have the tanks. You have D10 coming in straight to turret mode. Uh-oh, misses the nade though.
Oh.
Suzu out.
Yeah,
Pablo on point.
No, they're snowballing so bad
Oh.
right now.
Oh, oh.
No, 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 D12. It's too late. It's too late.
Stop the pain.
Healbot comes in to help. You speed him out of there, maybe? Nope. Wi-Fi also going in.
This is so goofy.
This is not very good right now. Oh! There's no way.
That's why there's no go.
3.
It was all part of their plan.
Switching sides.
It was all part of the plan. Oh my goodness.
Initiating match.
They go in one by one, burn down the clock to overtime, and then they have one guy go in the enemy spawn to distract them, and then they just walk away. Beautiful. What the...
This is why they are blue. No one does it like them.
That was insane. What a C9. Blue just psychologically manipulated them into C9ing. That was wild. You can get a replay on that one.
That's going in the season clips.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
To the very last second.
So I was like, nah, they're snowballing so hard here. They're not gonna get a full fight. But no, it was all part of the plan. They wanted. I mean, heck, that's what Afterlife was thinking. They're like, nah, we'll just go kill everyone. Also, what the heck is going on with Big Eye? Just walking in circles.
He's trying to do spinnies. He's just a bit too wide for it.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Incoming.
330 for Blue.
A.
They do have to take the whole thing though, and push it like a little bit. Not
They
a
have to
super
push
full
it
thing.
one truck long.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Dawn getting ready. Sleep goes out early.
The
Misses
sleep
completely.
misses hitting with the nade. You've got all of
Ooh,
Honest
but Dawn is
Brand
very
down.
low. Immortality Field misses. They do almost get. There we go. We get Dodger out for it.
One pick already. D10 charging point. Sancho taking the lead.
Yeah, Sancho becoming the stand-in. Dawn getting a
I
lot
mean,
of
you've
kills
got
right now.
Suzu out. You've got Folded Man low. And now it's just tanks.
Yeah, just
And now
tanks.
it's just D12.
There's D12. Doing D12 things. This is, he does. How does he do it?
Oh, but now you've got the whole enemy team
Yeah,
regrouped.
unfortunately Blue can't get there fast enough to really do a whole lot. Don't get the one tick, unfortunately. I think Blue's just gonna wait for D12 to come back. And he's
Yeah.
alright, they're coming in.
They don't
Or-
have to deal with being rushed. They have
Yeah.
more time than they started with.
Oh, Dodger's very low. And Star
And
Wars
there's a
gets
pin.
pinned, but Dawn can't finish it. Oh, nice bubble onto D10 there.
Running
Keep
through
him
one
alive
Star Wars.
briefly. Oh my goodness, but yeah.
There's no way. Wow.
This is a struggle for Blue. They only have 2 more minutes. About 3-4 fights left. Probably closer to 3 with how the bots play. Yeah, Dawn is really struggling to stay alive here. I think they're using the bubbles on D10 instead of Dawn. Because we did see...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We really need these bubbles for Dawn, though. Sleep goes out again
But
early.
they're missing sleeps. They're not
the
taking
pin,
enough
and there we go.
space to
There's the
counter.
bubble.
There's Dodger out. And then we see
he dies.
Suzu, we see Swift Step out. Folded Mime is so low here. That support's going down.
Oh, and there's the whole hog.
Leaps is in the back, but misses another sleep. This is...
This
Man.
is really rough. Oh.
And then they're popping everything, but there's still a minute left.
Yeah, a lot of... Sancho? Please. There we go. Yeah, they force every ult, that they have at the time. Oh, and Healbot goes in by himself. 1 minute left. One more fight for Blue. Surely. After such an amazing defense. Surely they don't fumble now. You got Grav, you got Artie, you got Blizzard, you almost got another damage window, and then you have this Shatter. This is gonna
Yeah,
be...
it's like ult them to win.
Yeah, basically.
much.
I mean, you have Nano, Kitsune, and Response, but what is that? 4 against 2. Sleep misses again.
And support.
Oh,
will
the
fit
Shatter
that.
misses.
Oh no, the Shatter misses.
Here comes the rush.
And the rush goes out. Pablo is.
We
might
really
just
need
go
a
down
Blizzard here.
just alone.
Here comes the
There's-
Grav. Blizzard
Where
goes
does the
wide.
Grav go?
Grav goes way far off. D10 gonna try his best right now. And unfortunately, it looks like Blue is gonna lose their first map. First map of the season, I believe. Yeah,
Embarrassing.
very embarrassing. It's just not the Blue we're used to. After doing so well too. That's a rough map. Yeah, what do you think Blue does different there to win that?
Obviously, it was. I mean, Sancho's a new guy. He's still trying to catch up with the team, build the report, but bubbled charges are the breadwinner easily. And
Yeah.
we just didn't have that for Blue.
Yeah, the bubble charge, we saw it a lot on their first game. I don't know why they were struggling with that so much this game.
Maybe they were just trying something out new. Hopefully, they'll revert to the optimal format.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope so.
Admittedly, D10 did get some solid kills, but like the bubble cooldown is too long to be wasting on just popping double on turret form.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think if we see the same thing, then we really need to see those bubble charges. And even just playing around the Roadhog, maybe we see an Ana or a Zen. Even it up a bit. The Baptiste Lucio just isn't gonna do much against the comp, the Afterlife we're running.
Initiating match.
Alright, see you OWBL mod. Thank you for being here. And we are moving on to Esperanza. And we don't see this map a lot. We usually see Coliseo, New Queen Street, Esperanza, a bit of unknown territory. I don't even think Blue's ever played here. Maybe they've been scrimming it, and that's why they wanted to try it. But we're gonna see same thing. Got a Curie instead of Lucio. Zenyatta, ooh, Tracer as well. Tracer is decent on this map. So we'll see what they do with that. But otherwise, not a lot of changes. Still seeing the Roadhog Ram. I think Ram and Roadhog are both pretty good on this map, actually, so...
One. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
And both teams... Looks like Afterlife's slightly faster. Sancho leading the charge here. Hook goes wide. Wi-Fi
There
being
goes
very
both bubbles.
aggressive. Oh my goodness. And Dodger...
Yeah, both supports out. That's not good.
Oh boy.
Sancho out. And Pablo is just trying to get whatever value he can.
Yeah.
I mean, if he had fire charges, he could have gone a pick or two there.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's just ult farming.
What is Pablo doing?
If he can, yeah. He could have
Very
gone for
rough.
the medkit or something. But, yeesh.
Blue really struggling today. And that's going to be checkpoint for Afterlife, most likely. Yeah, and because Dawn is so staggered, he's going to be coming in a bit late. No Lucio to Fairy. Right after checkpoint, they're going to come in here. And everyone's just kind of playing around the bot. D10 does get one. D10 gonna get two. D10 putting in a lot of work here. Sancho goes down. Very messy fight right now, but...
Now it's D.
Ooh, yeah, D12.
That was really funny.
Yeah. Blocking him off a bit. Oh, but the pulse bomb. Very rough there. It's just Big Eye who can heal himself against Dawn, who has 100 health left on the shield. Unfortunately, it's going to go down. Dang, that's very rough. Blue, just really not as good as they were in their first game. I don't know if it's just the 6v6 that's throwing them off, or maybe the Ram Roadhog is the counter to the comp that Blue has been playing. And we do have Shatter here. We also have an Artie. Hopefully can turn this around. Ooh, the Shatter misses, unfortunately. Trans to survive the Artie as well. Wi-Fi just being too aggressive here.
Yeah. He's been like this all day. I don't know what's up with him.
And the whole hog just to finish him off. Final fight coming up for Blue. This is extremely disappointing out of them. They really got to tighten this up here. Going up against Overclock and Annihilation, got the Blizzard in the window. Blizzard probably going to be your best bet there. Star Wars is playing pretty far up, and he does go down. That's huge. Wi-Fi finally. Not just W King. Wi-Fi getting 2. There we go.
That's Wi-Fi for you.
He's just, yeah. And Blizzard there. Wi-Fi
Huge
does end up
Blizzard.
going down.
If, you know, you kill them.
And Big Eye is stalling a lot here. And they forces the grab onto a tree.
Grab tree.
Still got the window and the rush. I mean, looks like
And you'd at least
Afterlife.
get rid of forward spawn.
Yeah, Afterlife does wait for Big Eye before going out, so it's gonna give them time to cancel a forward spawn, but gonna be a very close fight. Probably even just gonna come at them from behind, or maybe they split. There we go. Forward spawn canceled.
Enemy forward spawn wounded.
Start their own push finally. And here comes Big
Going
Eye.
for high. And Big Eye once again on
Here
point.
comes the rush. Dawn gets a nice pin on the Big Eye. Healbot goes down.
That's still butt
The
down.
Annihilation comes out. There we go. Really nice here. The Annihilation. Where did he go? And then Star Wars decides to just run away, even though he has the pocket. Alright. So Afterlife just maybe gonna go rotate around a whole checkpoint instead. Star Wars looks very conflicted here. But Blue beginning the push. Yeah, it's gonna be a 3v5, I think, here. Leaps goes down. Star Wars is right in the path of a pin. Is this off the map? Not quite. When the 360 Shatter goes wide. And now Dawn is all by himself up against the Ram. That is not good for Blue
That
right
was
now.
funny.
And then Afterlife comes in from behind.
Sancho once more cut out.
D12 stalling as best he can. And Wi-Fi, don't do it.
He wants to do it.
He
so
wants to. He's doing it.
bad.
No, Wi-Fi. You are. Oh, Wi-Fi. They forced 2 ults though.
Wow. What? I mean, that worked.
Good value, I guess. Healbot tries to do the same. D10 just dies. And now that's just gonna be the tanks forced to wait for their team to come back, and
Enemy
that's gonna
Forward
be
spawn back as
forward
well.
spawn. Yeah. Again, approaching final fight. Blue loses this, they lose the game, and one step closer to losing the series. How is Blue gonna approach this? They need the damage window out early here. There it is. Damage window comes out.
No clue how that
There's
pin
the
missed.
Artie. Good Artie.
Has potential.
Gets Dodger.
Dodger out.
And Star Wars gets killed.
There's a pin.
Whole
Star
hog
Wars
comes out. Could be a big stagger. Oh, but they force the Blizzard and they
The
get
guy
Wi-Fi.
has been so difficult.
Yeah. The Tracer in the back line to do something. Forces Ice Block, I guess, but it's just gonna die to D10. Does Zenith make it rough for blue, especially with how aggressively Dawn? Yeah, I think Dawn's just getting punished as soon as he just tries to do anything. Goes for pin, Discord, and the random is just form just kills him. He can't do anything about it. So yeah, that definitely has been an issue. I think Wi-Fi too needs to play his range a bit more to take out that Zen. Or even use Immortality Fields more aggressively. Big Eye gonna drop from top most likely, yeah. But D10 is
This
ready to
catches out
respawn.
Big Eye though. Unless support resources can
raid,
keep up,
but-
he might die here.
Ooh, an
And
actual
there's a
good grab. Huge
Good
grab.
grab!
No, D12.
The wall! The wall!
D12. D12 tries to wall off the supports, but unfortunately doesn't really accomplish that. Wi-Fi goes down. Did not trade any ults. He used the grab, but did not get anything for it. I mean, that was a good grab too. Just everyone was dead. D12 not coordinated with Sancho, perhaps.
Enemy forward spawn.
And there's forward spawn. 2 minutes. Blues really got to win this fight. They have to win more than just this fight. They got to win like 2 fights in a row here. Sancho going in. And here's the Annihilation and the Pulse Bomb. Sancho's gonna... Ooh, he gets saved by the Suzu. Star Wars' attention is split. Here comes a rush from blue. D12 drawing Star Wars'
Everyone's
attention,
kind
but...
of standing around.
Ooh, the Shatter doesn't hit anything. Dawn and D12. The only thing standing in the way of losing the map right now. D12 stalling as he does best. Gets the wall. What a nice wall. Immortality Field. Wi-Fi is getting some kills now. But the whole hog is going to push them off point. Oh, whole hog expires. And here we go. D10 going for the Artie just to keep everyone off the point. Big Eye goes down to the Artie. Arties have been on point. There we go. 1 minute. Can blue win the map? Can they take this and reverse sweep? Well, unfortunately, it looks like
60 seconds remaining.
Afterlife is already respawned. They're going to get another really early fight here. And they've got Trans, Rush, and Overclock up against only a damage window. Maybe you get the Blizzard. D12 can stall long enough. Get some poke damage early, perhaps. Oh, Big Eye going from behind. Very sneaky. This could go really well or really poorly.
Oh, they've changed trajectories.
Yeah.
Gonna block them off.
Oh, there comes the Trans.
Pumping everything here. Big Guy uses all of
Ooh,
his gas,
that's
so he goes
big.
down.
That's really big.
Forward spawn! Forward spawn! It's so close!
They're right there.
Full spawn.
And here comes the damage
Wi-Fi
window.
finally... Oh,
Oh,
the
it's
pin
Dawn
was
all by
so
himself.
close. Dodger is
Don't
low.
get one. There comes the Blizzard.
Blizzard was bad.
Oh, the Blizzard does nothing. But they get forward spawn.
Oh, forward spawn.
But it's too
Now
late.
for the rest of the map.
This is... They have to push, what, 80 meters? In overtime. They cannot lose a fight. They cannot walk off the
Nope.
point. And oh, Big Eye.
Okay, you do have Pablo.
Ooh, what a pin! What a pin!
Now he's alone though.
But yeah,
He's
Dawn's all
alone.
by himself, and D12 walls him off from the rest of the team. Oh no, this is not going to be good for D12 and Wi-Fi. D12's just got to stall for just a second. Can Sancho or D10 touch? And that is going to be 2-1. And this is very grim right now for fans of blue. Match point. Yeah. And unfortunately, it's not like they can even run King's Row because they already used up their hybrid pick. So, I mean, what do you do here if you're blue? Used up your hybrid. You've used up your push. You got escort or control. What would you go for?
In my opinion, escort.
Escort, you think?
I mean, I think that plays much better to their strategies, as they are generally a bit more defensively focused.
Yeah. I think escort could be good. Maybe we see like the Havana come out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could work. I mean, also, I mean, control will be decent depending on the map. Like something like Samoa, I think would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
But just depends really. See what we got here. And Oasis, actually. Blue on their match point. Picking. I mean, Oasis is pretty. I don't think, have we ever seen Oasis actually? Oh, I think about it.
Hmm. Maybe in a 2-0, but yeah, not really.
Very interesting. Blue just trying to do something here.
Ready for battle.
It's seeing a lot of swaps. Got the Brig instead of Baptiste. Looks like Wi-Fi doing something to support a more aggressive playstyle, perhaps. And then Doomfist instead of Roadhog. I guess Roadhog isn't amazing on this map. Probably just gonna go for more mobility if he utilizes it. Also see Lucio instead of the Zen for more speed because there aren't a lot of sightlines on this map,
Capture the objective.
at least for Zenyatta.
Trouble's here.
So yeah, we'll see how this goes. This is definitely could go either way. Very aggressive comp though from Afterlife. Hopefully Blue can play around that. And here we go. Oh, the ping goes wide. Oh no, he gets Big Eye. What the heck? The break. Oh, the Wi-Fi goes down. D10 does end up
But
getting
if
leaps.
Healbot can hold out. Can get out Stone Wars? No.
No. And
All
D12
D12 can
trying
do
to
is try and
stall.
contest.
Yeah, very rough. Afterlife taking the first point. Blue, really? They got the Junkrat swap. D10 off his beloved Bastion. And yeah, I mean, Dawn got a really nice pin there on the Doomfist, but Doomfist just had so much survivability with that block. Dawn gets the bubble just to survive, but Wi-Fi's gonna go down. Wi-Fi once again just being too aggressive. Ooh, does pin Slicer, but it's kind of too late. The rest of his team is already dead. Total Mayhem kills Folded Mind though, so that's something. And approaching 50% halfway through. The Tracer gonna get back pretty quick. Same with the Lucio. Kind of the worst ones to die because they're gonna be back the quickest. There we go. Already back before Blue is even close to the point. But Shatter coming up. Dawn has gotten a lot of ult charge from these pins. This could be big. Goes for flank. I just think the coordination for Blue today has been really off. We see Dawn just go on the side when the rest of the team can't apply pressure. There's the bubble, just keep him alive. He's really got to do something here. There's a Shatter. He gets Star Wars.
Finally,
He
a
pins Star
Shatter.
Wars. He kills Star
There
Wars,
we
but
go.
he can't do
Okay.
anything
Oh, man.
with it. He gets Star Wars out because of it, but unfortunately the rest of his team is already dead. And that is going to be the first point, I believe, for Afterlife. Bring it to match point, match round for Blue. There we go. Incredible. Blue is just struggling a lot right now. I mean, what do you do with this? This is... And there's a Meteor Strike. This is just really rough. I don't feel like any part of their comp is working out for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's that kind of thing where reputation really bites you in the ass. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of have a way to play undeniably, always. And we've seen people attempt to use that to their advantage to counter in the past, but never successfully.
Right, yeah.
Round 2. Capture the objective.
Yeah, we so many attempts. Even like Team Iris was probably the closest someone ever got to beating Blue. I mean, besides cheaters, but they just cheated. So to see such goofy comps almost like the Roadhog and all that is very surprising. We see Mauga here from Sancho, but he just runs off the point right away. And Dawn goes down. His tank duo abandoning him. Star Wars gets pretty low.
At the least goes down.
Here we go. Sancho does have a lot of survivability. See if he can lure anyone down there, perhaps. I mean, that was 2 kills from Sancho, one of them being a tank, so definitely doing a bit more than he was on the Zarya. The cardiac overdrive keeping him alive. Probably should reload his guns. D10 going somewhere. And yeah, Sancho staggering the team. Dawn comes back though to help. Maybe.
We could see Big Eye go down. There we go.
There, Big Eye goes down. Golden Mime looks to be next, but Sancho just can't stay alive.
Support's down, so Sancho follows. All Blue alone on point with his boy D12.
D12.
D12 has to back off.
No,
He wants to be on the point
he
so
wants to.
bad.
He wants to stall properly, but he just goes right back in there. And he's cycling cooldowns pretty efficiently, doing nothing. There we go. And now 50%, not even a full team fight since that first one, for Blue. Looks like they're finally just going to retreat, wait for their beloved Mei to respawn, but this might even be final fight, honestly. They really got to win this. But you're going up against Annihilation, Beat, and Rush. It's going to take a miracle for them to win this. And here we go. Finally working as a team, but Sancho jumps down the middle. Dawn gets the Suzu to survive. It's not enough. The Rush comes out. D10 trying to find something. Wi-Fi right behind him. The Annihilation comes out right as Sancho gets back. And that is going to be most likely map. In Blue's first ever loss, besides that first one against Cheaters last season, the champions have been beaten. What a match. Incredible. And Dawn tries so hard to touch. He's right there, but just can't. And Afterlife...
Even the greatest of all time have to lose eventually, I suppose.
Yeah, just a matter of time, but... that is very disappointing from Blue.
They're getting old.
They are already... Our bot boys have already grown up, and they're decrepit old men who just jump into the center of the university. But
Sancho just got here, but being on Blue made him age 4 times faster.
yeah, I mean, what was like the main issue with Blue, would you say?
I mean, mainly considering it is 6v6 Sancho.
Yeah.
I mean, and Wi-Fi, which kind of expected. He's always been a bit off, but especially aggressive tonight.
Yeah, just straight up W King every single fight. It was so weird. I think, yeah, Sancho, I think Dawn is just used to being able to, he gets a pin on the other tank and he wins. And now it's, he gets a pin on the other tank and there's another one punching him in the face.
Another.
Yeah, they just, yeah. So I think Dawn is struggling to adjust to the 6v6, like you said. And then Sancho just didn't pull his weight for the most part. It took him the entirety of the first map to figure out how to bubble pin. And I think the Mauga swap worked out really well, but they just didn't have any coordination. Like we saw at the last fight, they had some good coordination. With they both charged out at the same time, and then Sancho just goes right down into the hole. So yeah, it's just really disappointing for Blue. Unfortunately, they are out of the tournament now. Because there's no lower bracket for this. Speaking of brackets, take a look here. Afterlife will be moving on to stage 3. And next match will be Automatons versus Broken Planet, which will be going into our EMEA matches. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube and Twitch especially, so you get notifications when we go live. And make sure to join the Discord. It's on the YouTube channel and in the description of the video. And we will see you all next time. So sad.